One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news. I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories. DMMU donates to St. Luke's Mpasha Mission Hospital. Chipata schools ready for reopening. Plus, government commits to completing Mpulungu water scheme. And now the news in detail. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has donated blankets and assorted items to St. Luke's Mpasha Mission Hospital to cushion the impact of cholera. More in the following report.
These are the little bits which I give now to the hospital so that at least they can use.
The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, through the Rufusa District Administration, has donated blankets and assorted supplies to St. Luke's Mpasha Mission Hospital to complement on the impact of cholera cases experienced in the area. Rufusa District Commissioner Richard Mabena presented the blankets and assorted items to St. Luke's Mpasha Mission Hospital, which had recorded a lot of cholera cases. Mr. Mabena says the donated blankets and the assorted supplies are meant to supplement on the linen and other supplies they had been using during the treatment of patients.
And passing through that phase, it was not easy. And we looked at what little things can we give to the hospital. Also something which can at least cushion one or two things, because during that particular time, you used your linens, which is sometimes it's difficult to replace, and the others were not taken care of by whatever was happening. So we thought maybe as through DMMU, so these things can be given to our patients.
Mr. Mabena has also commended the health personnel for their dedication and commitment in combating the spread of the disease.
Just to show some appreciations, the way the team worked during the cholera. I think it was wonderful. You know, within a few days we had a lot of numbers, but at the same time we managed to mobilize and we managed to reduce the numbers, which means there was a very good teamwork. And passing through that phase, it was not easy.
Rufunsa District DMMU Officer Kaluba Siriuta had this to say.
Looking at the way it was supposed to be combated, it's supposed to be attacked or faced in a multi-sectoral kind of arrangement. So through DMMU, people put in various efforts, and through the DC's office, we came to the institution to offer this kind of help to them so that they can assist the patients and also to continue combating the issue we're facing at hand, which is cholera and also COVID.
The hospital administration is elated with the timely donation and has thanked government for its continued support to the health sector.
We are grateful to the DC for this gesture. So even as we are still in the cholera epidemic, this gesture will go a long way in managing these cases, especially in the cholera treatment centers where we don't have adequate cleaning. So it's a timely donation. It's a timely gesture that we can assure you that as an institution, we shall ensure that there is accountability.
It is at this illegal mining area in Pokerera village of Chieftainess Mpasha's area where the first cases of cholera were recorded and continued to increase due to the influx of people going to the mining area. However, the cases have stabilized due to the quick interventions by government by providing 40,000 doses to the district health office to combat the spread. Reporting for ZANIS in Rufusa district of Lusaka province, I am Msekiwa Ntembe.
And Chipata City Mayor George Mwanza has commended schools in Chipata district for their preparedness to resume the school calendar in the wake of cholera. The mayor, who inspected some schools in the district to assess their adherence levels to hygiene standards, has observed that the school's sanitary environments adequately permit for the reception of learners. Devson Sakala has more in this report.
Despite the country being at the height of the cholera pandemic and ahead of the resumption of the school calendar, schools in Eastern Province are poised for reopening, specifically in Chipata District.
So we are happy with what we found as a Moncas, that the school is actually ahead of the preparations. They are ready to open school even today. And this is what other schools in the district and in the city must learn from. But we must also say that even from Peasant Park where we went earlier, they are equally ready to open school. So generally in Chipata we are ready to open school. We are going around the schools. We'll continue doing so that we can continue providing support with chlorine and maybe some e-washers in schools where they may not have. But also to commend the Office of the Debs for being a proactive administrator of the education sector in the city. He's been in touch with the schools and encouraging them and giving them the support. I think that's very, very important. As mayor, I can safely say we are ready to open schools in Chipata.
The District Education Board Secretary has called on and prepared schools to quicken their preparations.
As you are aware, we've so far visited the two schools. The compliance levels, it's an indication, it's an indicator that something is happening. And we would like to encourage the other schools that may still be lingering, that they speed up so that they can also reach the levels that we've just seen, especially here at St. Monica's.
Schools gave parents their word.
We wish to assure the general public and the parents out there that as a school, we are very much ready to open schools. We have done everything possible to ensure that the school is conducive to receive the girls as they come on 12.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to assure our parents out there that they have to prepare for their children to come over, because as an institution, we are very much ready for them.
With the reopening, meaning scores of pupils will be going back to school, the question that still lingers is, are we ready to keep the hygiene status quo? Davison Sakala for ZANIS, in Chipata District.
Government says it will fund the construction of new structures at all schools that were upgraded from primary to secondary school. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary in charge of administration, Noriana Muneku, says this is to lessen the challenges that the recently upgraded schools are facing, such as inadequate classroom space. Geoffrey Piri now reports.
Soft Katongo Secondary School in Kasama is among the schools that were upgraded from primary to secondary, but never had permanent structures of their own. The school was sharing classrooms with a primary section, but government has funded the construction of new infrastructure at a cost of over 3 million kwacha.
We funded us with 3 million, and that's the one that we are using. This is a 1x4 classroom block. Next to it, that is a laboratory, and then the other block there, that is an operation block.
Permanent Secretary in charge of administration in the Ministry of Education, Noriana Muneku, visited the school to check on progress and disclosed plans for such schools across the country.
Make sure that we provide infrastructure to all those primary schools that were upgraded to being basic schools. So now we are upgrading by giving infrastructure so that at least we can say it is now primary and secondary, but separating the two. So this is exactly what is happening, and we've done it the whole country. We are moving stage by stage, but like I said, the Minister of Finance is determined to fund us as a Minister of Education to make sure that this dream is fulfilled.
For the head teacher, the project has come as a relief.
Secondary school was still squatting using the primary floor. I was not comfortable with that, but I saw opportunity. This is the moment when I rushed to PO.
Mrs. Muneku also toured Kasama Girls Secondary School, where government has procured over 600 mattresses and is working on bunker beds.
So these ones are thick, if you've noticed, 6-inch. That's the emphasis we wanted. And they've done just that. So I'm very happy as PS looking at everything that is in here. These are the kind of mattresses we wanted. They'll be comfortable, they'll be durable, and they will last, isn't it? That's what we're looking at.
Geoffrey Piri, reporting for ZANIS in Kasama District.
In other news, government says it is committed to completing the construction of the water reticulation system in Pulungu District. Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao says the project has been ongoing for some time, stating that government will ensure works are completed by the end of this year. Christine Muselu reports that the minister said this when he inspected the works of the project.
Government has prioritized the provision of clean and safe water to people in Mpulungu district. This is being done through the construction of a water reticulation system, which is currently ongoing. Tanda Mlenga is Mpulungu's Chambesh Water and Sanitation Company district manager.
We are eager to see the completion of the project because we have areas where we need to extend the water supply, and we're hoping that the remaining amount can be paid so that it's completed and we are able to benefit from the project and be able to supply other areas of Mpulungu where there is no water at the moment. We have started benefiting from the project. There are areas where there were boreholes that were installed, that's Mzabwela. We've started using the boreholes and we are supplying people of Mzabwela using the boreholes that were under the project.
Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao is happy with the progress.
The government is committed to ensuring that this project is concluded as quickly as possible. And we have seen to say that there is quite a lot of work that we have done. We found this project was just below 10%. And now we are above 50. We want to ensure that by the end of this year, you are done. And therefore, government will do everything that is possible because almost everything has been budgeted for this year. So we will ensure that this project is completed within the course of the year.
And residents of Mpulungu are eagerly waiting for the completion of the project.
The project is handed over. We are going to have clean water and we are not going to have cases like cholera and these other diarrheal cases that we've been having from the past.
Christine Muselu, reporting for ZANIS in Mpulungu.
We'll take a break. We'll be back for more news. Stay tuned.
Hena korera ninzi, korera mburubazi ibwa kusomwana. Imuntu ujiswa mburubazi ibwa korera, ulasomwana kuluka kapati. Itubi tulahamenda manji. Imurwazi ulawanyota kapati agambwa kumana kwa menda mubiri. Imurwazi iwakorera unga wahwa umawola alo ali 12 gombo kutita jana busirisi buli kaboto. Hena munzira iri buti muntu mbwako yakujana burwazi bwakorera igunywa menda alo atabikibyo musamu ja tuzunda na menda aje sitombe. Igurya jagurya jalo igubereha manza atasahigwa igabuto na igubereha mitima na himwi yalo atasahigwa amimusamu na mwamenda ajisi imusamu walo jatuzunda. Igurya jagurya jitawunigidwe jalo jakarwa nzinini. Igurya jagurya jitontola jalo jalegegwa na jajiro jalo janeo tija yoburu gabuto. Igurya jagurya jamumazira. Igurya imijelo na jihumani jalo jatasahigwa gaboto. Hena munzira iri buti muntu mbwako yahugwa bira burwazi bwakorera. Igubona masimpe guti wabagwananganya gaboto menda agunywa. Igwinda mugubona masimpe guti ajigwa na igubiko musamu wa chlorine. Amusambe mumanze nugubere hansipa. Na menda abigwe musamu ujatuzunda. Mwamana gubere hajimbuzi. Amujisibige. Nangu jigasaha ija kurya gamutana agujirya. Amuhunige ija kurya jindi yonse. Igutegwa guti jitakarwe nzinini. Mutari ija kurya jagura mu mazira. Amuberehe ijimbuzi jindi yonse. Amulitantamune mugobereha igumbuli. Na tupeparwa plastic mugusowa tubi. Ambone masimpe guti tubi. Twasogwa na igubikwa mu jimbuzi. Ambone masimpe kutije mbuzi jindi yonse gajisalala na gajihunigidwe. Oyimulumbe wale twakulindunye abamutabulanga nyanseba mujisi.
The news continues. The mining industry has continued to be Zambia's main economic backbone. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary says it is for this reason that government is happy to work with the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative in ensuring that proceeds coming from the mining sector are accounted for in a transparent manner. Here are the details.
The mining industry has continued to be Zambia's main economic backbone, and the government has called for prudent management of natural resources if the country is to benefit from the mining sector. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Granton Katambi says it is for this reason that the government is happy to work with the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI, in ensuring that proceeds that are from the mining sector are accounted for in a transparent manner.
As government, we are happy with the work that you, the Extractive Industry Capacity Initiative, are doing in ensuring that proceeds from the mining sector are accounted for in a transparent manner.
And speaking through his representative, Chamber of Mines President Godwin Bene has called on companies that are in the extractive sector to remain united.
As a chamber, would like to call upon everyone that is involved in these dialogue discussions to be able to speak the same language, so that when matters arise in the paper, when issues are written in the paper that we also feel may not be the right position, we should all voice out and speak.
Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kabika has bemoaned the low participation of women in the mining sector.
The involvement of women is very low. We therefore call upon the mining sector to involve women and consider women in all aspects.
For ZANIS in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province, I am Marin Lovo.
Now, some farmers of Nyansonso area in Mfumbwe District of Northwestern Province have asked government to intervene regarding the continued invasion of elephants that destroy their crops. John Muhanga has more in this report.
Nyansonso area, about 70 kilometers east of Mfumbwe town in Northwestern Province, has continued recording a presence of elephants believed to have been moving from the Kafue National Park to the West Lunga ecosystem and vice versa. This unfortunate situation is reported to have been on the increase since 2019, leaving a trail of destruction, particularly in the late May and early June, as observed by the local people. However, the invasion is said to have started early this year, prompting farmers in the area to storm Mfumbwe District Commissioner's office, calling for intervention from the government.
Na jimine 2 hectares ya mataba ne mbarara kono mwino 2 hectares banzofu bajiramo turima yo banjiramo so amiwana kankarwa makubira n'abano banyamane ke twashira kuno ko office mwane ba DC namba betu mwene jishinda mwakuyikwashira n'abano banyama.
While the Mfumbwe DC assures the farmers of government's quick intervention, the Department of National Parks and Wildlife is said to be set to embark on sensitization campaigns, deploying mitigation measures to curb the problem.
We are not going to take pressure in what is happening in Nyansonso. We may have short-term measures. But when we cause consultation with other stakeholders, we are going to find long-term measures.
In a corridor, we cannot remove people and we cannot remove animals. But we want to find a way on how they can coexist. How can they live together? Then we'll start now teaching one another, sensitizing. We'll teach you that when animals come, you should live like this. You should do this. Don't do this. Again, we'll teach you how you can protect your crops. There are things, for example, as we say, the chili fencing. We can introduce the chili fencing around here so that you should not, elephants with the chili, they're not good friends. Sure. So elephants, the moment they smell chili, they deter. So these are the things which we can bring.
John Mohanga reporting for ZANIS Mfumbwe District in Northwestern Province.
Over 35,000 households have benefited from the Food Security Pack program in Southern Province. Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua says an additional 5,300 women have benefited from the Constituency Development Fund Grants Empowerment Program, with each getting about 3,000 kwacha. Here are the details by Wakumelo Stali.
Citizen empowerment is key to the development of every society. It is for this reason that Women for Change, Nutrient Trust, and the Young Women Christian Association, YWCA, with support from Oxfam, has kickstarted the implementation of the Improving Socio-Economic Status of Women, Youth, and Marginalized Groups project in Gwembe District.
This project is a 5-year project starting from 2023 through to 2027. The project is expected to reach more than 15,600 people. The project is aiming at seeing empowered, inclusive, just and resilient communities, especially women, youth, and marginalized groups in Namwala, Gwembe, Kaoma, and Mongo districts.
Southern Province Minister Kudo Nanjua graced the project. Here, Mr. Nanjua reiterated government's commitment to improving the welfare of the vulnerable groups.
Provincial administration has rolled out the food security pack across the province, where we have over 35,641 beneficiaries across Southern Province. Furthermore, 5,300 women productive grants have been dispersed, where each woman has been given an amount of 3,000 kwacha. Your coming as cooperating partners here in Southern Province. Provincial administration is ready to work with you.
The traditional leadership, the local authority, and the district administration has pledged full support of the project.
Turumba ikuti muyanda muberega mfumenderi gono kama kutina waisya mugaitu kukutu waisya muwashonse.
We shall endeavor to collaborate with you, your organization, during the implementation to ensure that success and improving the socio-economic status of our women, youths, and the marginalized groups in our society.
Please, you are all welcome. It's our function. These people have come to work with us. Make sure that at least you receive them well.
Wakmelo Stali, reporting for ZANIS in Gwembe District, Southern Province.
Gender Division Permanent Secretary in the Office of the President at Cabinet Office, Mainga Kavika, is in Northwestern Province, implementing activities under the Women Economic Empowerment Program. The program is an initiative by government to promote equity and equality through the provision of productivity and value addition equipment to vulnerable but viable women in cooperatives and groups. Petia Simtale filed in this report.
Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mahinga Kavika has given different value addition equipment to vulnerable but viable women in cooperatives in Solwezi district. This is Kawama Market, the largest trading center in Solwezi, with more than 15,000 women traders. Here, Ms. Kavika has empowered several women cooperatives with restaurant equipment such as pots, fridges, braziers, meal mill, carpenter, plates, cooking oil, cooking stoves, among other items. Some women cooperatives like Tuafika and Bright groups are into car wash business. And on this day, Ms. Kavika arrived at their business centers with a good message as she handed over car wash equipment such as pressure washers and all necessary car wash equipment. Women's empowerment and promoting women's rights have emerged as a part of a major global movement and are continuing to break new ground in recent years. Petia Simutali for ZANIS News in Solwezi, Northwestern Province.
Mumbwa district has recorded 160 cases of different forms of child rights violation in 2023. This came to light during the sensitization meeting organized by Child Fund. Meanwhile, a child protection specialist from Child Fund, Chimuka Hamusunse, says the Children's Act number 12 of 2023 is an important piece of legislation that will guide police officers when handling child-related matters. Here are the details.
Child Fund, a non-governmental organization, has conducted a sensitization meeting for police officers, aiming to familiarize them with the Child Act number 12 of 2022. A child specialist, Chimuka Hamsunse, now elaborates on the Childish Act significance.
The Children's Court Act is a new act that has brought together different pieces of legislation that were affecting children. Before now, those pieces of legislation were sitting in various other pieces of legislation. So now they are sitting in one piece of legislation, which is going to make matters easier for everyone because they don't have to walk around looking for which one is talking about what.
Mumbwa Police Officer Commanding Chiyambi Kayombo highlighted that many children in Mumbwa district are involved in legal conflicts.
The number or the statistics of cases of children being involved in either getting into conflict with the law or coming as the victims are actually very high in Mumbwa. The cases of defilement, incest, where we have even cases where fathers defile their own children.
Mumbwa Victim Support Unit in charge, Joshua Piri, says numbers of child-related cases are alarming in Mumbwa district.
We had 160 cases for child-related cases. Defilement, we had 78. Assault on a child, 20. Incest, we had 3. Failing to provide, we had 55. Rape, we had 1. Child desertion, we had 1. Indecent assault, we had 1. And child dispute, we had 1. So when you look at these figures are very alarming because there are only few cases that are reported at the police station, and a lot of cases are not.
Krugasiankuru, ZANIS, Mumbwa.
We now break off for a health message. Keep watching.
Kolera wapa msongo muka. Kolera wapa msongo wa kuichisa. Mutu alina msongo wa kolera echikuichisa ngachikuma na kusaza nawa. Bize vipi mwachisa mutu na bipoya meya nge msoji wa loso. Mubeji echikuzia ngachikuma mujimba mumoya kufumisa meya a mujimba. Mubeji nawa na hase kufa mujiwola li 12 hours ngeka kumuhana bitumbo vya kumuka wa shiko. Unahase ngachili kwachi wa kumsongo wa kolera kuhichila mkuna meya kuwana kuhaka bitumbo nawa aze ali na majilo. Kulia vyakulya na mawoko aze ali na majilo chipwe kuzachisa malonga na jindeho ja kukosa na meya majilo akuhona kuhaka bitumbo. Kulia vyakulya vyakuhona kufika bize wana wili kubajiji. Kulia vyakulya bituta bize kabatumbikanga kana wako. Kulia vyakulya bize wana kulandulula mumikwakwa. Na kulia na wamihako na makovu ako na kukosa kanawa. Tunahasenga chili kulikinga kumusongo wa kolera. Telekenu meya enu akunwa chipwe kuhaka mo bitumbo vya chlorine. Sanenu kumawoko enu na sopo chipwe na meya kuhaka bitumbo hanyima ya kuzaisa chimbusho. Zumisenu vyakulya vyenu shimbukanda mubilye. Fwikenu vyakulya vyenu vyosena kuchina kubiwila kubajiji. Kanda kulya vyakulya vyakulanda mumikwa kwa nduma. Zachisenu chimbusho lualo sena. Kahakanda kuzachisa ndundu chipwe mapepa andundu hakuya na kulihehwa nduma. Mwatela kumona ngwenu vipi yosena munawitapwila mchimbusho. Chimbusho cha nawa chatela kupwa cha unyoji kahanawa cha kufika lualo sena. Mujimbu uno wana mnehela wakuli wakachanda chatala kulikangula cha meno ya watu cha Ministry of Health.
The news continues. Government has disbursed over 4 million kwacha to 36 groups as loans under the 2022-2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment Loans in Katanshi constituency in Mufulira District. Mufulira District Commissioner Saboi Kavika, who handed over the loans, has stressed that the empowerment of individuals has potential to develop communities. More in this report.
Government has disbursed over 4.6 million kwacha to 36 groups as Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment Loans in Kantanshi constituency of Mufulira District. Mufulira District Commissioner Saboi Kavika revealed that 10 groups who received a total of 1.4 million kwacha are 2022 CDF Empowerment Loans beneficiaries, while 26 groups who received a combined total of 3.2 million kwacha are 2023 beneficiaries.
We firmly believe that empowered individuals are key drivers of social and economical change, and it is our duty to support and nurture their ambitions.
Expressing appreciation, Kantanshi Member of Parliament Anthony Mumba commended the government for its transformative initiatives under CDF, noting their positive impact on community livelihoods.
For me, I've always said it's been a game changer. I think I can now see the light at the end of the tunnel, that really indeed, if you invest in people, they should have a better life going forward. Clap for this government and clap for the President of Zambia, because this has never ever happened.
In a call to action, Mufulira Mayor Tanaeli Kamanga urged recipients to judiciously utilize the loans to contribute to the district's economic growth.
Let this money be utilized according to your goals, according to your plans. Then if you do
the Loan Empowerment Initiative is anticipated to go beyond benefiting recipients alone, but its impact is poised to resonate across the district, with recipients not only achieving self-employment, but also playing a pivotal role in generating employment opportunities for others. Rachel Chisulo, ZANIS, Mufulira.
Traditional leaders in Northern Province have reaffirmed their commitment to complement government efforts in ensuring that children are raised in an environment which allows them to realize their full potential. Chief Katuta of the Bisa people of Lupososhi District and Senior Chief Shimumbi of the Bemba people of Luingu District said this when a team from the Department of Child Development visited them during a conducted sensitization on the Children's Code Act number 12 of 2022. Here are the details.
For the first time in its history, Zambia has a law that governs children and commits to creating an enabling environment where children can realize their full potential. The piece of legislation, called the Children's Code Act number 12, was signed by President Hakainde Hichilema in 2022. Chief Katuta of the Bisa people of Lupososhi District and Senior Chief Shimumbi of the Bemba people of Luingu District have pledged to work with the government to protect the rights of children.
Mwali umutitikisha sana pamulando w'abana bano. Kuli abana bakutila bali lufya bafyashi elo balesungwa. Ichofyo mwana tamune kyale kita. Bamutwike kyafina bamutana shani ali akusukulu atitawa ekole akumabala. So kanshi elo elili ashiri atampoko mkwika kusambirila amasambirilo abantu. Ifindu fimofi mwana fitampoko chinga. Kabili na imwe bene elimu aiso kulundapo lishukwe likalamba sana.
The Department of Child Development in Northern Province has taken time to visit the two chiefdoms to sensitize their headmen and women on the need to protect the rights of children.
Children now have, been provided for in terms of institutional arrangements in ensuring that wherever they are basically, assured of their protection from any possible harm. There is a proviso that every institution that hosts children must have a child safeguarding framework
Some participants from both chiefdoms shared their views on the Children's Code Act.
Abanenso ababulisha efirundo nabamona kwati tababa mu Zambia. Lero buteko bakuleta ko uyu musango kuti abanenso abakusakamane ababulisha efirundo twabatasha ababuteko pamona ba president bagainde hijirema.
Helen Bwalia reporting for ZANIS in Lupososhi District, Northern Province.
And finally, farmers who applied for the Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility SAFE loans in Pika District have started redeeming their inputs. Acting Pika District Agricultural Officer Charles Simukoko says 26 out of the 196 who applied have had their applications approved and have since started redeeming their inputs. More in the following report.
Beneficiaries of the Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility, SAF, agricultural loans have started redeeming their inputs in Impika District. Acting Impika District Agriculture Officer Charles Simkoko says 26 have been approved so far and more applications are yet to be approved.
Out of the 146 applications that we took to NatSafe, 26 have been approved, and farmers to that effect have received the deeding codes. I want also to echo that the major aim of this window facility is to support maize so that we boost maize production in Pika District and also in the country.
Because I have applied for 30,000 kwacha for 3 hectares, and all those inputs have been given by the agro dealers.
Farmers in Impika District have come forward and submitted applications in an effort to contribute to the nation's food security.
If this loan could be given to us as Fennec Farm Estate, it could really help us a lot. During that process, it could have also helped in contributing to employment.
Peggy Gotinyu for ZANIS in Impika, Muchinga Province.
Peggy Gotinyu's report brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the top stories. DMMU donates to St. Luke's Mpasha Mission Hospital. Chipata schools ready for reopening. Plus, government commits to completing Pulungu water scheme. Thank you so much for watching the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.